Now on 4 News Now at 6, still no suspects in the U of I murders. Tonight, we look at a gap in the timeline that investigators believe could provide key evidence.
Well, stay bundled up over the next few days. Temperatures will remain below average for the next few days and beyond. I'll let you know how cold it's going to be and when we can expect the next round of snow in your first alert forecast.
And families mourning the loss of their loved ones caused by the same drug, how they're spreading awareness of the dangers of fentanyl. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
We begin tonight with the latest from Moscow. 3 weeks into the investigation of the murder of 4 University of Idaho students, and law enforcement continues to piece together the timeline from that night.
KXLY's Jordan Smith spoke with Idaho State Police about this. He joins us in studio now to break down what we know so far and what pieces are missing from this investigation.
Well, Kirsten, the missing pieces start with Ethan and Xana, who are believed to have started their night here at the Sigma Chi fraternity around 9 p.m. and then later arriving at the residence on Queen Road at 1:45 a.m. But the details in between are what remain murky. In an update released earlier this morning, police continue investigating what occurred between that time frame. It remains unclear when they left the fraternity, what direction they took to get home, and if anything suspicious transpired at that party. Aaron Snell with Idaho State Police are asking for any photos and videos from anyone in attendance that night, regardless of what may have been taking place at the party.
We know that there were people at the house. We know that they undoubtedly have some information. Probably some of them are doing things that their parents might not be happy with, but we're not looking to investigate individuals. We really want the information they have, the pictures, the videos, those types of things to be submitted as leads. That will help the investigation.
Meantime, there were other developments in this case today as police continue to investigate whether Kaylee had a stalker. Law enforcement identified an incident in which 2 men were seen inside a Moscow business, and these men parted ways, and then one man followed Kaylee as she entered that business. As Kaylee left the establishment, the man followed her but turned away as she made her way to the car. That man did not appear to make any contact with Kaylee. And investigators confirmed both men were attempting to meet women at this establishment, but believe that this was an isolated incident and not a pattern of stalking. There is no evidence to suggest that they had any involvement in this murder. And guys, 3 weeks in, there's still many unanswered questions in this case. Still, we'll continue following the very latest on this case as we get more information.
Jordan, thank you. Detectives still need your help with the investigation. Tips, pictures, and videos can be emailed to tipline@ci.moscow.id.us or call the number on your screen. It's 208-883-7180. Police say every bit of information helps. We have breaking news since our last newscast at 5 o'clock. ABC News is reporting in the last half hour that actress Kirstie Alley has died. ABC says the actress was battling cancer. Her children confirmed the loss with this Instagram post tonight. Alley first made a name for herself starring as Rebecca Howe on Cheers. The post says she was surrounded by family and friends when she died. Her children said as iconic as Alley was on screen, she was an even more amazing mother and grandmother. She was 71 years old.
Whitman County Sheriff's deputy is now on the road to recovery after he was pinned between 2 vehicles while trying to help someone who slid off the road. This is Corey Alcantar. The Whitman County Sheriff says he was not working when he stopped to help, but another car lost control in bad weather back on November 30th and slid backwards. Deputy Alcantar ended up pinned with a very bad leg injury after visiting 2 different hospitals. The deputy's now back home, and he has another surgery in a few weeks. The sheriff's office says he will likely be off for several months, but is expected to recover.
The Bonner County Sheriff is asking for your help in finding Odessa Harris. She's said to be driving an older blue and gray Chevy truck pictured here. Anyone with information is asked to call Bonner County Dispatch. That number is there on your screen.
Airway Heights police now say the man whose body was found on Highway 2 Friday night died of a suspected terminal medical condition. Witnesses say the man stepped out of a car and collapsed on Highway 2 near the Yokes and Lundstrom Street. When medics arrived, he was pronounced dead at the scene. Out of an abundance of caution, they closed down the road to preserve the scene. Police say the medical examiner will release the official cause of death at a later date.
Now we are staying with the cold weather, and there's more snow on the way.
Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see when that snow is expected to arrive.
Well, we actually have a few light flurries in progress right now at Spokane International Airport. Won't amount to much. And anytime we get this low deck of fog and clouds, we have the possibility to see some snow flurries. So that will be the case through the day tomorrow and Wednesday as well, before the next system of any size makes its way into the region, bringing a return of measurable snow. Patchy freezing fog. Here are 4 things to know about your forecast. It is going to be a gray day on Tuesday with those occasional snow flurries. More snow coming in late in the week. Low clouds and fog have us blanketed through the inland northwest and will be with us tomorrow as well as on Wednesday. It's keeping our temperatures cool. It's only 22 in Spokane, 23 degrees in Coeur d'Alene right now. We're in the single digits in Winthrop and Omak, 19 in Colville and Bonners Ferry. Right around the Spokane area, it's 22 in Spangle and Cheney, as well as at the airport in Spokane. 22 degrees in Deer Park and 23 from Spirit Lake down through Coeur d'Alene. This evening, temperatures will drop into the teens with foggy conditions and occasional snow flurries. Doesn't take much light snow on already icy roads to make things even more slick. So watch your step as you're out and about tonight. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and tell you more about that next round of snow on the way in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. A vote to start a new protection program for renters and landlords now on pause. It would make some adjustments to how landlords do background and credit checks.
Supporters say the program would make the rental application easier. It also includes funding to help when people are priced out of current or former rental units. Our Vanessa Perez has what you can expect.
Changes could be coming to landlords and renters. If passed by City Council, background checks would be handled differently and landlords would be required to have a business license and more.
We don't have the amount of housing, not even remotely, to the need here.
Jackie Dunn, a mom of 2, is on a housing voucher. She wants to see a cap on rent.
There are fail-safes in place for the landlords, and there are tons of hoops to jump through as a resident.
Dunn says the universal background check could help those having to pay for multiple applications. Landlords can still use their own check, but tenants can't be charged. Kathy Nichols oversees hundreds of Spokane rental properties.
I know the city has a problem with homelessness, and I know there's a lot of people that are having a hard time finding a place to live, but I think the answer to it is more affordable housing.
Anti-retaliation protections are also included in the ordinance. The ordinance would also require landlords to have a business license. Nichols says she has a license that she renews every year. She believes it should be enough.
We're just going to create increased rents for people. And then that's the whole complaint of tenants, is they can't afford the rents that are out there now. But if you start to charge owners to get a business license, which is about $215, I think, a year, and a $10 every time they have a vacancy, they're just going to pass that along to the tenant, and it's going to increase rents.
The city's code enforcement could do routine inspections. Nichols says her landlords already do inspections yearly.
Go after the habitual offenders that don't maintain their property, that aren't providing a good environment for people to live.
Reporting in Spokane, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
And that vote will be set for January. An attack on the power plant in North Carolina left tens of thousands of people without power.
Why investigators say it was a targeted attack.
Just like, no, God, you can't be letting this happen to my child.
And families who lost their loved ones to fentanyl are coming together to spread awareness, why they say the community needs to come together to try and solve this crisis. Next on 4 News Now at 6.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Save your greed!
Too much turkey? Cut the calories and shop the extended Black Friday Super Sale at Furniture Row. Find huge savings store-wide. And the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus 4 years, no interest. Hurry, the extended Black Friday Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
I think at Hospice of Spokane, it's not just a job. It's a career, but it's also a passion. Nurses, the social workers, the chaplains, the health aides, they just do a phenomenal job, and they get to know the clients. They don't come to treat just the client. They come to embrace the family as a whole.
To serve with the region's #1 hospice team, visit hospiceofspokane.org.
You didn't choose cat allergies. you didn't choose your hairline. Hot flashes, the flu, or that thing when your knee just gives out for no reason. You didn't choose your bad back, or this, or that. You didn't choose depression, melanoma, or lactose intolerance. But with Kaiser Permanente, you can choose your doctor who works with other best-in-class specialists to care for all that is you.
What is a jewelry design center? It's a diamond superstore, a center for engagement rings, wedding bands, and anniversary rings, a showroom with unique creations as well as award-winning designers, a fun, comfortable, no-pressure place where you are free to make big, small, or even no decisions at all. We are not your average jewelry store. We are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life.
Parents and grandparents hear it time and time again. Enjoy every minute because it goes by so quickly. With their first steps, they start imagining, exploring, and dreaming of what's next. You can help put those dreams in motion by saving for college with Washington's 529 College Investment Plan. Building their Dream Ahead account now can help them be ready for wherever their dreams take them. Give your student the gift of education today at wastate529.wa.gov.
The Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. And for a limited time, the more you buy, the more you save. Get $100 off every $1,000 you spend, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the extended Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Shortly after going home, I was holding my daughter in my arms on the floor of our bathroom, and she was lifeless.
Oh, tough words. This is a local family member who lost a loved one to fentanyl. These parents and grandparents want to speak up now about fentanyl, even though it's a tough topic.
Peter Choi joins us in studio tonight. And Peter, what did these families tell you?
Well, they were very emotional conversation and sharing their heartbreaking stories about losing a child over fentanyl. Now, family members are trying to spread awareness that fentanyl is deadly and hurting our community.
But it was just like, no, God, you can't be letting this happen to my child.
September 18th, 2021. Bob Putnam still remembers a day of tragedy.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about that.
That still makes him to choked up every time. Because of the incident that took his daughter Gabby away over fentanyl overdose.
I came home from what we call a Changing Lives service here on Saturday nights. My wife was asleep in bed, knocked out, and shortly after going home, I was holding my daughter in my arms on the floor of our bathroom, and she was lifeless.
Gabby was never able to regain consciousness. 5 days later, she forever left her dad's arms. At the corner of Division and Garland in Spokane, a billboard stands with the phrase #fentanyl awareness.
We need more awareness. We need more people to talk about the dangers. Our community needs to come together.
Sharon Murphy, an organizer of the event, says her grandchild, Serenity, accidentally got to the fentanyl pills that her father was using. She was only 17 months old.
My heart's torn because I've watched so many people pass away since. I get 50 to 60 people a day across my desk that have passed away from fentanyl.
She says it's scary because people who die from fentanyl are young people.
The community is scared to speak because they don't want people to know their child died from fentanyl.
It's really easy to feel that you're bulletproof. It's really easy to bury your head in the sand and not recognize that this could happen to your child. This could happen to your family.
The family member also said this is reality, and it can happen anywhere in our community and even in our school. And if you'd like to help bring awareness, you can also make donation. You can find the information on our website, kxly.com.
Thank you, Peter. Our high temperature in Spokane today, 24 degrees, 35 is our average high. Sunset in the 3 o'clock hour now. We have had a trace of snow at the airport today. We are well above average year to date, or season to date, I should say, over twice our average. We've had 19 inches of snow, and there's more in the forecast. I'll let you know when to expect it after the break.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
Healthy communities need more than health care. This is MultiCare. We're here for you.
Christmas Tree Elegance is Spokane's premier holiday attraction. Just $1 for a chance to win a tree with gifts worth up to $5,000. Visit River Park Square and the historic Davenport Hotel for a chance to make your holiday wishes come true. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a matching air conditioner with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free AC from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
Of the holidays at River Park Square.
Hello, I'm Diamond Dan Clark.
And I'm Jeweler Jane.
And we're from Clark's Diamond Jewelers in beautiful downtown Coeur d'Alene.
Our famous snow promotion is back for Christmas.
If it snows 5 inches or more in 24 hours on January 7th, 2023, all purchases made at Clark's between November 19th and December 31st will be refunded in full. And that means all engagement rings, loose diamond and gemstones, jewelry and gifts could all be free.
Shop Clark's Diamond Jewelers this Christmas and let it snow diamonds.
Patchy freezing fog tonight, lows down in the teens, highs tomorrow only in the upper 20s. It's going to be another gray day, very much like what we saw today. Here's a look at our forecast radar starting off at our current time. You'll notice a little bit of snow showing up in western Montana, but we are just going to be socked in with the low clouds. Occasional snow flurries. As I mentioned, we have some very, very light snow in progress at the airport in Spokane. We're going to go all the way through Wednesday at this time with the gray skies, but we'll have an approaching cold front by this time. Here's a look now at Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Cold front out to our west. That's what brings our next chance of shovelable snow coming in for late Thursday morning into early Friday. Here's Thursday at 6 with the snow in progress around the region. How much that will add up to, still a few days out, but here's an early guess. Here's Friday morning. 1.5 in Spokane, 2.5 plus in the Coeur d'Alene area with higher totals in North Idaho. Could see up to 4 inches of snow with this first round, but there are subsequent rounds of snow on the way. So get those shoveling muscles ready. Overnight lows tonight will be down in the teens and single digits. Some of these numbers are actually higher than the current readings are. We're going to warm up just a little bit with southwesterly winds. Our high temperatures tomorrow, a little bit warmer than today with that southwesterly wind. In fact, down in the Palouse, we'll get above freezing. Pullman 34, 33 in St. Mary's, 33 in Kellogg, 32 tomorrow in Coeur d'Alene. However, we'll be staying in the 20s for Spokane, Colville, as well as Bonners Ferry and Sandpoint. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Staying dry through Wednesday. back up in the 30s on Wednesday. Right now, it looks like our temperature is going to hover right around freezing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, with snow coming in Thursday with a chance of lingering snow showers on Friday. Another system possible over the weekend with another round of snow on Monday, one after another. Overnight lows through the 7-day forecast in the 20s. So just a little bit below average. Coming up in the next half hour, you know, we are getting awfully close to Christmas, and I am getting asked by everyone I meet of all ages about a white Christmas. I'll take a look at the 8 to 14-day forecast and see if there's any sign of a big thaw in the next half hour, Aaron.
That's a valid question. People want to know. Thanks, Chris. Well, the FBI is joining the investigation into who opened fire on a North Carolina power system.
It caused millions of dollars in damage and left thousands of people without power. CNN's Mike Valerio has the latest as law enforcement work to uncover who did this and why.
It's an attack upending the lives of tens of thousands of people. Law enforcement in Moore County, North Carolina confirmed an intentional and targeted attack on power substations with the damage caused by gunfire.
What happened here Saturday night was a criminal attack, and federal, state, and local law enforcement are actively working to bring those responsible to justice.
Officials said the person or people who opened fire knew exactly what they were doing. Equipment at 2 substations vandalized and a gate from one substation taken off its hinges.
Got no way to heat because we don't have a fireplace. And then we don't have no gas grill or anything like that, so we're just stranded.
Around 40,000 people initially lost power Saturday night as temperatures hovered around freezing. Among the emergency ripple effects,
our medical calls have increased due to people maybe being on oxygen or having other medical devices that require power.
The local utility said Thursday could be when all power is restored. A countywide curfew and emergency declaration is in effect, while federal and state law enforcement keep investigating.
That is not done without some organization, and it is not taken lightly. So these people will be facing significant criminal sentencing if they are convicted.
I can promise you to the perpetrators out there, we will find you.
I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Still ahead, all eyes are on Georgia ahead of tomorrow's Senate runoff election. What the results could mean for the U.S. coming up. Plus,
today we got a tour of the Catalyst housing where many residents from Camp Hope will be moving this week. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll give you an up-close and personal look at it.
People in Texas are honoring the 7-year-old who was kidnapped and murdered. Coming up, a heartbreaking statement from her mother.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
At Providence, we've been investing in the health of the community and raising the standard of care for over 160 years. And we are honored to bring you top-rated Medicare Advantage coverage. Providence plans start at just $0, include dental, hearing, and vision, and connect you to a network of thousands of local providers. Providence. Join us as we make communities stronger by building true health together.
It's time to replace your old tub with a new shower. But you don't want the hassle or the worry of getting it finished. You just want to pick a style and relax, knowing that it'll be wonderful when it's done. Is that too much to ask? No, actually it's not. Rebath. From start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
The floor covering heroes at Carpet Barn are here to save you from dull, boring floors. Carpet Barn has LVP on sale for only $1.99 a foot. Plus, you can choose from 3 colors to freshen up the look of any room in the house. LVP is waterproof, pet-proof, and kid-proof. That's a great value. Right now, LVP is only $1.99 a foot. Special financing is available with this offer. See all our special offers at both Carpet Barn locations. Don't miss the $1.99 sale at Carpet Barn.
We have a friend right now in one of the hospice houses. He said, the people are so happy here. And he said, I feel safe.
We get to be with people at a very sacred moment.
The mission of Hospice of Spokane is to help people live as fully as they can during those dying days and weeks.
To serve with a mission and learn how you can join the Hospice of Spokane team, visit hospiceofspokane.org.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? This is your moment. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
Around the nation tonight, justices in the Supreme Court argued a case that pits freedom of speech against laws designed to protect the LGBTQ community from discrimination.
ABC's Em Nguyen explains which direction the court is leaning and when a decision is expected.
The Supreme Court's conservative majority signaled support to the plaintiff, Christian graphic artist Lori Smith, who refuses to design wedding websites for gay couples on account of her religious beliefs.
As a Christian, I believe that marriage is between one man and one woman.
The polarizing case out of Colorado involves Smith saying that working on an LGBTQ-themed project violates her principles and constitutional right to free speech.
Show me a page on that website that is an endorsement of a marriage as opposed to the story of a couple.
Justices questioned whether Smith would be expressing her views or those of only the couple. Same-sex couples say they deserve equal treatment from businesses open to the public under Colorado's Anti-Discrimination Act.
If you're open to the public, you need to accommodate everybody. That's a core of our civil rights law.
If justices side with the state, Smith's supporters say it would allow the government to force artists to express messages contrary to their beliefs. If Smith wins, analysts say businesses will be able to discriminate, refusing black people and interracial couples, among others. But some conservative justices challenged that point.
Do you think it's fair to equate opposition to same-sex marriage with opposition to interracial marriage?
This case follows a similar one 4 years ago when the court ruled narrowly in favor of a Colorado baker who refused to make a cake for a same-sex couple, citing religious objections. The Supreme Court's ruling could have a sweeping effect across many industries that offer public services. We're expecting a decision sometime next year. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
All eyes are on Georgia, where the results of tomorrow's Senate runoff election could make it easier to pass legislation and confirm judges or give Republicans more momentum heading into the 2024 election. Incumbent Democrat Raphael Warnock and his Republican challenger, NFL star Herschel Walker, making their final pleas to voters.
Our problem we have right now, we decided to get the wrong leaders in Washington. We got to get people in Washington that's going to stand up.
He was an amazing running back. And he will need those skills because come Tuesday, we're going to send him running back to Texas. We're going to send him running back to where he received his homestead tax exemption.
It's the second straight election where Georgia's race has gone to a runoff. This will determine how the Senate will be split. It's currently 50-49 favoring Democrats.
People living in Texas are wearing pink tonight in honor of a little girl who was kidnapped and killed by a FedEx driver. The question many parents are asking tonight is, how did this happen? Investigators say 31-year-old Tanner Lynn Horner delivered a package to 7-year-old Athena Strand's home and saw Athena when she came home from school last Wednesday. That's when he allegedly abducted her. Police believe she died within an hour of her kidnapping. Athena's mom writing on Facebook, quote, "I cannot describe the pain and absolute anger I feel." Investigators say they're working to figure out why he targeted her home.
The upcoming defense authorization bill is likely to end the military COVID vaccine mandate. That's according to a source familiar with the negotiations. Republicans have been lobbying to kill the mandate, saying it has discouraged people from joining. The White House says it still supports the mandate, but is aware of the need for bipartisan support for the annual spending bill in Congress.
Catholic Charities is finishing up transforming the old Quality Inn off of Sunset Boulevard into transitional housing for people in need. We go inside the new facility and see what the services will be. Coming up on 4 News Now at 6.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday!
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $12, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
we might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
Tomorrow on GMA, Naomi Osaka live on dealing with mental health and being your best self. Plus this week, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Her, and a special holiday performance from the Backstreet Boys.
I love it.
All live on Good Morning America.
Hey, Greens. How's everything going today?
Hey, Robert. We're good. Just checking in on that car loan we applied for.
No worries. Let me pull that up. Yep. Looks like you're approved and all set.
Hey, that's great news.
So, you headed over to the dealership now?
Yep. Just gotta make one stop first.
And we got a great rate, too.
You didn't choose cat allergies, your hairline, or that thing when your knee just gives out for no reason. But you can choose your doctor who will care for all the things you didn't choose. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the limited time Hog Heaven pizza for just $12.99 at papamurphys.com.
Next, DT, we're in D.C. with George Clooney for his big national honor.
I thought this was a proper place to do it, so I was excited.
Plus, thank you for inviting us all to the Renaissance.
Thank you.
We're with Brendan Fraser on the role that could land him an Oscar nod. Then,
Carson and I drink heavily backstage of The Voice.
And now it's a show. E.T.'s in Nashville for Blake's Barmageddon.
Next, E.T. Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Catholic Charities is working to get the old Quality Inn on Sunset Boulevard remodeled and ready to serve as transitional housing for those who want to get out of homelessness. Today, it opened its doors to the public to show the services they'll be offering to some Camp Hope residents.
Governor Inslee paid a visit, and he says this is exactly what Washington State needs. Our Emily Bloom was part of that tour and shows us what life will look like for those who will soon be moving in.
About 5 to 10 Camp Hope residents will be moving into these private rooms by the tail end of this week. Eventually, this place will be home to 120 people, all from Camp Hope. With 100 rooms available, they'll be bringing in couples who will share a room as well.
This Catalyst facility is not a Band-Aid. It is not sweeping people under the rug. It is addressing their permanent long-term problems so that they can be permanently housed.
With case management, employment, and behavioral health services, the residents will be connected to primary care and public benefits, all of which are geared to create a path out of homelessness.
We do not believe that any human being should eat, sleep, or go to the bathroom outdoors.
For many, the privacy of a room and bathroom is exactly what they need to kick an addiction or get back on their feet. The residents that make the move first are the ones choosing this solution.
It's self-referrals, so anybody who is saying they would like to go there, our peer support then navigates them through the paperwork process, sends the referral over to Catholic Charities, and then Catholic Charities and the Catalyst interview the folks coming out of Camp Hope.
Garcia believes this is exactly what some of the people at Camp Hope need.
We take into consideration their barriers and if this is an appropriate fit for the person trying to get to Catholic Charities.
The 120 rooms will serve only a fraction of Camp Hope residents, but it's a step in the right direction.
We have to treat the least among us with the most joy and the most support and the most compassion.
The process of moving residents from Camp Hope into Catalyst housing will continue with about 20 people per week until the building is full. Reporting in Spokane, Emily Bloom, 4 News Now.
At the same time this tour was going on, protesters gathered outside. They want state leaders to know they're not happy about this new housing for the homeless coming to the West Hills and are worried about the impact it will have on their neighborhood.
I'm worried about the crime and the drugs.
These people, I fear, aren't going to have a lot of real incentive to get sober. And it's just going to reinforce their criminal behavior.
That was Kendra Allen Grant. She's been homeless before and is also newly sober. She lives nearby Catalyst in a sober house. She's worried about the negative impact this new housing will have on others trying to exit homelessness and stay off drugs.
Live look over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. Some snow on the parking lot, some very light snow at the airport right now, but there's more coming in the forecast. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Patchy freezing fog and a gray Tuesday in the forecast. A day very much like today. Occasional snow flurries are possible. No heavy snows coming until later in the forecast, and that is going to start on Thursday with a chance of snow off and on through the next several days. Right now, we do have some light flurries in progress at the airport. It is 22 degrees, 21 and cloudy in Coeur d'Alene with the very low overcast, and that will continue through the day on Tuesday and right on into Thursday. We are in the foggy time of year, the dark days of winter, as they call it. Tomorrow, a high temperature of 29 degrees. 35 is our average high. I'll be back to talk more about that snow on the way and see if there's any more in the 8 to 14 day forecast. That's coming up in just a few minutes, Aaron.
Chris, thank you. The deadline to get a real ID has been extended to May of 2025. After the deadline, IDs that don't meet those standards won't be accepted by federal agencies, including the TSA. That means you wouldn't be able to get through security at the airport. Federal authorities were going to start enforcing the new standards on May 3rd of next year. Pushing the deadline back 2 years gives states more time to ensure that driver's licenses meet all requirements.
Across the country, parents are struggling to find over-the-counter children's painkillers as a majority of the U.S. is experiencing high or very high levels of respiratory illnesses.
I'm doing this for 27 years, and I have never seen this amount of sick kids at once.
Drug maker Johnson & Johnson says the company is experiencing high demand for painkillers for children and is working to maximize their production capacity. If your child has a fever or is in pain, there are other forms of medication that can ease symptoms.
Is a rectal suppository for acetaminophen, and that's actually very helpful if you have a child who's also vomiting.
Doctors also say parents can crush up adult ibuprofen and mix it with syrup or juice, but be careful with that. That only works if your child meets the weight requirement. The FDA says it is working with manufacturers to increase production.
If you're holiday shopping online, there's deadlines to get your order shipped in time for Christmas. We'll tell you when those are.
And a total of 8 Washington State football players have left the program. How that impacts Wazoo's bowl game chances coming up later in sports.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by All Lines Insurance at alllinesinsured.com.
Hi, I'm Ron.
And I'm Shelley.
At Rosenberg Construction, we build some of the most beautiful custom homes in North Idaho.
Like our spectacular spec home, now for sale at the club at Rock Creek, Coeur d'Alene's newest private golf course filled with stunning natural beauty. Our custom homes are furnished and designed with you in mind.
For our clients looking for that unique, one-of-a-kind piece of furniture, we always recommend Consign Furniture in Liberty Lake.
From great rooms to dining rooms to master suites, Consign Furniture is sure to turn any house into a home.
Great Floors is celebrating the holidays with huge savings on flooring for your home. Great Floors offers an incredible selection and 12-month financing. Shop exclusive savings on Mohawk flooring, including 10% on Revwood Ultra Laminate. Mohawk delivers style and confidence in withstanding the twists, turns, and spills of daily family life. Great Floors experts will help you find the perfect flooring for your home. Visit a showroom today and celebrate coming together on Great Floors.
Don't shop in the cold. R&R RV in North Spokane has over 120 RVs indoors at 525 East Francis. Right now, save thousands with huge year-end discounts and clearance pricing. The time to buy is now. Don't shop in the cold. Shop over 120 RVs indoors. Motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, all indoors at R&R RV in North Spokane, 525 East Francis, or online at rnrrv.com.
Injured? Choose 2. Choose Russell & Hill, where real people with real injuries get real results.
Russell & Hill was great. They worked their heinies off to get me the amount of money that seemed fair. I've told everybody that I know that that's who I got my settlement through, was Russell & Hill. They did an excellent job. So yes, I would recommend them first and foremost.
Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Get real results. Get Russell & Hill.
The monster they called the Jogger Rapist. Next, Inside Edition. Released from jail to the horror of his victims.
I think that is something that should send chills down everyone's spine.
Outrage because the victims are not being told where he's moving. Then, the one-eared dog they're calling Van Gogh. Just like the famous one-eared painter. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
New tonight at 6:30. Have you ever had a weekend where you couldn't be bothered to do anything except maybe stay in bed? Binge your favorite show? Huh?
It's been a few years.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You probably don't get to sleep in much with the little one. Well, that mood has inspired the phrase goblin mode. This is the first time I'm hearing about it, and it's the 2022 Oxford Word of the Year. Oxford University Press says goblin mode is when you're unapologetically self-indulgent, lazy, slovenly, or greedy, typically in a way that rejects social norms or expectations. It's basically the opposite of trying to better yourself. And this is the first year the Oxford Word of the Year was chosen by the public. Goblin mode beat out its 2 competitors, Metaverse and the hashtag #IStandWith.
Not a part of my vocabulary.
You know,
goblin mode?
Got teenagers,
Yeah,
and I
you've
feel
probably
like
heard of
that
this.
kind of keeps me at least aware of what the kids are saying, and I have never heard that. I've
Chris
seen
is pretty
it.
hip to the lingo.
It happens in my house, but I've never heard it called that.
Now you can and use it on your kids and see what they say.
Nice goblin mode. Hashtag whatever.
Hashtag boomer? Is that what?
Yeah, I would get that. But this weather does kind of make you want to
Goblin mode.
Get into the goblin
Get in
mode.
your Snuggie. Yes.
Jeez Louise. Here is our temperature trend over the next 7 days. We're doggone close to average. This white line right here is our average high. It's at 35 right now, and it begins to drop into the lower 30s by this time next week. We are just below average through the 7-day forecast, but at freezing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We've got snow on the ground. Temperatures are going to stay below average December 13th through the 19th. That's that 8 to 14-day forecast. So our snow should stay preserved at least for the next 2 weeks. And we're going to be adding to it in the 8 to 14-day forecast, at least a chance. It is green, but it would be falling as snow and white if we keep with that below average temperatures. Above average precipitation, so it looks like we have more snow to add to our total. We have 9 inches of snow at on the ground at Spokane International Airport. That is our official total. These dark blues, that's 25 inches of snow in the mountains or more. But most of us have at least some snow on the ground right now at our house, and it looks like it is going to stick around at least for the next couple of weeks. Doesn't quite get us up to Christmas, but there's going to have to be a lot to melt for us not to have a white Christmas. Here's a look at our forecast for the next system on the way. This starts off Wednesday at 6 o'clock. We'll get some flurries over the next 2 days coming out of the low clouds and fog, but our next system comes in as on Wednesday into Thursday. Here's Thursday with some light snow in progress, and then another system behind that for late Friday and into Saturday, and another one behind that on the way for Monday. So many chances to add to that 9-inch total, and nothing is going to melt as we take a look at our forecast. High temperatures only peaking at freezing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Overnight lows down in the 20s through the 7-day forecast. May dip down into the teens Sunday night and into Monday. Looks like 1 to 4 inches possible around the region on Thursday, with up to a ½ foot in the mountains. Hard to put a number on the system coming in for Saturday into Sunday. We'll dial in on that as it gets closer to time, and another system on the way for Monday. Shovel it up, Aaron.
Oh, I certainly will. Thank you, Chris. Well, new tonight at 6:30, Shania Twain opening up for the first time about surviving physical and sexual abuse as a child.
ABC's Ariel Reshef shares her story and how it affected her as her music career began to take off.
Let's go, girls. Shania Twain is a music powerhouse, belting anthems that explode with girl power. Man, I feel like a woman. But this morning, in a new interview with the Sunday Times, the singer revealing she was a victim of physical and sexual abuse by her stepfather, leaving her, quote, ashamed of being a girl. Shania saying she tried to conceal her body. I hid myself and I would flatten my boobs. I would wear bras that were too small for me, and I'd wear two, play it down until there was nothing girl about me, make it easier to go unnoticed, adding, you didn't want to be a girl in my house. In her documentary, Shania Twain, Not Just a Girl, the singer sharing the lengths she and her mother would go to.
I'm gonna come get you up once your dad's asleep, and then we're gonna sneak out and go to the bar. And you're gonna sing a set. And, you know, sometimes we would get back and he would still be sleeping, and other times he'd be waiting for us. That would not end well.
At 22, when her stepfather passed away, Shania felt safer, but with rising fame came more unwanted male attention. I felt exploited, but I didn't have a choice now. I had to play the glamorous singer, had to wear my femininity more openly or more freely, and work out how I'm not gonna get groped or raped by someone's eyes, you know, and feel so degraded. She says her music kept her going.
I locked myself away with music to block out everything else. Probably hearing my mother saying, you know, you can make it, you're gonna make it. I felt like that was gonna save us somehow if I made it.
And as her career skyrocketed, so did her confidence as a woman, saying, I think maybe what young girls can learn too is to exude that confidence.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight. It's the Great Christmas Light Fight at 8 o'clock, followed by The Good Doctor at 10.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
This is one of your major investments. At Car Wash Plaza, we'll help you maintain the value. Rust, grime, and street chemicals are constantly attacking your vehicle. That's why we deliver a premium touchless wash.
I can't afford a new car. I'm taking care of this one.
Our state-of-the-art touchless system thoroughly cleans the exterior and the undercarriage.
It's the best in the Northwest. Find a location near you at carwashplaza.com.
The doctor will see you now. But do they really? Do they see all that you are? At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together to care for all that is you. Kaiser Permanente.
Bill's Heating and Air is now accepting applications for plumbers, electricians, HVAC professionals, and highly motivated people wanting a career in the heating and air conditioning business. Every new hire is trained in our one-of-a-kind training center, featuring instructors with decades of HVAC experience and a climate-controlled state-of-the-art lab where employees receive extensive hands-on training. Apply today in person at 1007 North Boulder Court, Post Falls, Idaho, or call 208-777-5528.
If you see something, why do you say something?
I see safe for my friends.
For my community.
For everyone here. We all have something worth protecting, a why that unifies us. Report suspicious activity to local authorities. If you see something, say something.
I'm Jonah, and I'd like to welcome you to the brand new Coeur d'Alene Nissan. You'll find the grand dealership lobby open, comfortable, and relaxing. A service center with state-of-the-art equipment, committed to getting you quickly and safely back on the road. There's much more to experience. I'm inviting you to stop in and see us. We're just off Highway 95 in Coeur d'Alene.
4 News Now is brought to you by Walker's Furniture.
It's a special night at the Kennel. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Mindenstone. Former Gonzaga basketball star Kelly Olynyk had his jersey retired at McCarthy Athletic Center tonight. Olynyk led the Bulldogs to their first ever AP #1 ranking and a top seed in the NCAA tournament during the 2013 season. Olynyk is a 12-year NBA veteran who currently plays for the Utah Jazz. Now, as for the actual game, Gonzaga looking to rebound from last week's loss to the Baylor Bears. Bulldogs hosting Kent State tonight. Drew Timme with a nice touch in the signature celebration around the rim. Now, Nolan Hickman's turn right here. Hickman didn't make a single shot in last week's loss to Baylor, but Hickman knocks down a much-needed three-pointer. But Kent State is hanging tough in this one. Kent State right here forces the turnover, and they're off to the races. The shot right here in the corner is going to be no good, but Claron Hornbeak with the putback. The Zags, they would need to respond, and they do. Drew Timme with a nice pass to Anton Watson for the slam. This one is a lot closer than maybe people expected. Gonzaga leads 31-25 in the first half. Timme leads the Bulldogs with 9 points. We will have full post-game reaction and hear from Kelly Olynyk tonight on Nightside. And you ever see those movies when a bunch of employees all leave their jobs at once? That's what's going on in college football. Nearly 700 college football players entered the transfer portal today, and there are a number of Washington State student athletes looking to find a new home. The most notable are wide receivers Deshaun Stribling and Donovan Ollie. Stribling was Washington State's top receiver this season, recording more than 600 yards and 5 touchdowns. Ollie has tallied just under 500 yards with 3 touchdowns this season. Stribling and Ollie are both sophomores with 2 years of eligibility remaining. And since the Apple Cup, 8 Washington State players have entered the transfer portal. And with that said, the Cougars will be shorthanded when they take on Fresno State in the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl on December 17th. Kickoff is scheduled for 12:30 right here on KXLY, and we will have live coverage from Los Angeles starting next week here on 4 News Now. And the baseball offseason is in full swing. Teams are looking for ways to improve their roster. The Seattle Mariners have pitching pretty much covered. Mariners pitching coach Pete Woodworth has been named Baseball America's 2022 Coach of the Year. In his 3rd season with the team, Woodworth led the Mariners with the pitching staff to 90 wins and a franchise record 1,391 strikeouts. And the good news for Mariners fans, Woodworth is just getting started. He is the youngest pitching coach in all of baseball at just 34 years old. American League Rookie of the Year Julio Rodriguez also got some accolades today. He was named All-MLB second team. Rodriguez hit 28 home runs for the Mariners this season. And that will wrap us up for sports.
Julian, thank you. Well, Team USA may not be moving on to the next round of the World Cup, but the young squad already have their eyes set on 2026. That will be played in North America.
Robin Roberts sat down with players from the U.S. men's national team to talk about their hopes for the future.
Future is really bright for this team. You mentioned what a special group of players we have. So many players from different backgrounds. That creates a really unique mix of players. And to have the youth that we have, young players playing at high-level teams, we're going to be coming back stronger in 2026. And
they went on to say it was an honor to represent the U.S. They're excited to get a break before returning next year.
Been such a grind over the past couple of years, always wondering, am I going to make the squad? Can I get minutes? Like, it's just a real battle. So to finally have that moment before we start up again in January, to enjoy the holidays, enjoy family and friends that have been with you through everything, to just enjoy them and celebrate them and kind of lay low for a little bit. It'll be nice.
Definitely. I mean, for me, Christmas is a special time of the year for me. I get to go back home with my friends and family. So now it's one of those things where I kind of just get to relax and breathe a little bit and just enjoy great company.
Good to see them in good spirits.
Yeah.
And speaking of the holidays, Christmas is only 20 days away, and the countdown is on to ship all your gifts before it's too late.
The local mail stores are already seeing the holiday rush and say planning ahead is the key to success. Over at the Mailbox Center, the team says this is their busiest time of the year. People already coming in worried their Christmas gifts won't arrive on time. That's not the case now, but the sooner you ship, the better off you'll be.
Timing would be the biggest tip. We want to make sure that it gets there for also the least amount of money. So by December 17th is going to be able to ensure that we can still get it ground, which means that we're not going to break the bank.
Mailbox Center calls December 17th Super Saturday and says shipping by this date means you'll get the best deal. If you miss that date, expect to pay more. You can still send items to the East Coast if you ship on December 21st. You could send items the 22nd and 23rd if the packages are staying on the West Coast. This will add more stress to your holidays, and unexpected weather could also add delays.
This week, 4 News Now and the Salvation Army want to make sure that no one in our community goes without a gift under the tree. You can drop off a toy Friday at any Spokane or Spokane Valley Fred Meyer store, and Salvation Army will make sure it gets to someone in need. Gifts should be unwrapped, and if you need to, you can buy them right there at the store. You can shop for anyone from newborn to vulnerable senior citizen. The toy drive is from 9 to 6 Friday. You can find more information and the exact store locations on our website, kxly.com.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
The best holiday moments are even better when shared. Experience more together in the Mazda CX-9 with a refined performance of standard iActive all-wheel drive and a wish list of interior comforts. Find yours during the season of inspiration.
The 7-passenger Mazda CX-9. Get it for your family, drive it for yourself. Come take a test drive today at Foothills Mazda or shop now at SpokaneMazda.com.
Oh, hey, Drew, you're back.
Can Mark come down and make a Northern Quest commercial?
Well, we were just getting ready to go to Maslow's for breakfast, so...
Please, honey.
Well, what am I supposed to do while you're making this commercial?
We'll need extras.
Extras?
It's easy. You just hang out in a fuzzy background while we say hilarious stuff.
Was that an example?
Our family is all over the place sometimes, but ICCU helps us keep up with them. We use card control to turn on Olive's debit card when she needs to pay for activities.
And turn it off when she's shopping online.
We make sure Forrest is depositing his lawn mowing checks into his college fund. And we definitely make sure to ask Grandma Ivy where all those Zelle transfers come from. Phew, was a lot of keeping up. You ready for a break?
Meet your local essential workers.
What I like about the UFCW 3000 is for the benefits that make our lives better.
They make sure that we have secured pension and retirement.
I can work part-time and still maintain my health care coverage.
I don't see myself going anywhere else because of UFCW 3000 benefits and wages.
Thanks, UFCW 3000.
Support local essential workers who live in and support our community. Go to ufcw3000.org to learn more.
Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic is locally owned and operated and has been providing personalized, comfortable, and satisfying care to our clients for over 30 years. Our licensed denturists are trained in the latest techniques in the construction, development, and preparatory work of a denture. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, we do it all. Every denture is made to look as close as possible to your natural teeth. With our knowledge and friendly staff, competitive costs, and quality of service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
We have a consumer alert tonight. The Laundress brand has recalled about 8 million products because of a possible bacteria exposure. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says laundry detergents, fabric conditioner, and cleaning products manufactured between January 2021 and September 2022 contain bacteria that could cause infections. At least 11 infections have been reported. People with weakened immune systems, underlying lung conditions, or external medical devices are most at risk. You're urged to immediately stop using these products and throw them away.
It's going to be a gray day tomorrow, 22 degrees at 8 o'clock. We're heading to a high of 29. Occasional snow flurries, but the measurable, shovelable snow is ahead.
Oh, it's good to know.
Those trees behind, all sparkly, are reminding me to finish that up. Oh.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.